Hi, my name's Bill Thursday. I'm a private investigator. I was working late hours one day at the office when Rosie A. Cavendish of the famous Cavendish family walked into my office. She had two things. The first was a problem.
Sir, I have a problem.
The second thing she had was money to solve the problem with.
And I've got money to solve the problem.
I grabbed the money and counted it up. $11. Not much, but for that dame I'd work for anything. She told me about her case. Her husband, George Cavendish, had been murdered a couple of nights ago. Pretty morbid stuff. Apparently he'd received a blow dart to the neck while walking down the street on his way home from work. To me, this wasn't sounding like just any job. This was professional. This was the mafia. I decided that she better show me where it happened, so she went to the street where it happened, and right away I found 3 people that were there, the Laverda triplets. They were all part of the mafia. They were ruthless and didn't speak a word of English.
Baterija je prazna. Idemo tamo, levo, desno, da bi požurili što pre, da uhvatimo te znakove, da bi kad pucaju mogli da ubiju čoveka. Jer ako me oni provale, ja sam najebu.
I got tired of listening to them pretty quickly, so I decided to go home and review the facts. We got 3 guys, Yevram, Bojidar, and Dushan. The first guy, Yevram, he was at about 20 meters away when the murder happened. Bojidar, he was at about 25 meters away when the murder happened. And Dushan, he was at about 15 meters away when the murder happened. Now all I needed to do was use physics to figure out which one of them it was. My forensics analysis had showed that the dart was fired at about 20 meters per second at an angle of 15 degrees. Now using that, I could figure out that the speed in the y direction must have been about 5.18 meters per second. Now from that, I could figure out that the hang time was about 1.06 seconds. From there, I calculated that the speed in the x direction must have been about 19.32 meters per second. Now, at a hang time of 1.06 seconds, that must have meant that the dart traveled about 20.5 meters. Well, now it was obvious who the killer was, because there was only one guy that was about 20 meters away. That was Yevram Laverda. He was our man. I took Rosie to the scene of the crime to tell her what had happened. Naturally, when Yevram heard what I was doing, he took off like a speckled bird. Of course, Rosie was delirious that he'd run away, but that was a job for a different day. I headed home. I needed some rest, and after a case like this, I deserved it.